said to the crowd, "The more you feed me, the more I feed you."
Welcome to Frail Fragment's Monster Closet, Season 3.
Hey! This is Tuesday, May 5th, 2026, the Monster Closet episode 228. We're here with my sidekick, Ace Poppy Chew.
What's going on, people?
We see you, bro. What's going on, bro? How are you, bro?
Feeling pink, bro. I'm feeling pink.
Yeah, Raptors lose, bro.
The Raptors lost.
Give it up. They lost, and I didn't even watch the game.
Bro. They were up by 10 twice. I'll give you that. And then they just fucked it up.
Yeah.
And then they just fucked it up.
Yeah, they're kind of inexperienced.
They were younger.
Like that's kind of how.
They got Harden, they got Mitchell, they got the good guy, defensive player of the year, right? Former.
They need more experience, this team, and they need like another superstar maybe to rally around. But everybody
need a
has
center.
that ball, right? So.
We need a fucking center.
Yeah, we don't have a true center, man. Like Jakob Poeltl, like that guy's a fucking spinner, string bean, gets fucking thrown around.
We drafted the guy, but
they got the guy for like next to nothing, I think.
Peanuts, rather.
I mean, he's better than no one, but I mean, almost not, right? They need a fucking bigger guy to play center. Like
and
no one is a true center.
Yeah. Go young.
Go young. How's everything with you doing?
Very good, very good. I got the dogs growing up so quick. They're getting longer. They're getting really furry. And I'm just dealing with the diarrhea, right? Poor Akira. Akira, get better. So yeah, we're doing the canned pumpkin. We're doing the canned sweet potato. We're doing, right, with the kibble.
Did you take her to the vet?
Not yet. Because if it persists for 24 hours or 48 hours, then we must proceed, right?
Yeah, just give her some water.
Just do a little water, a little walk in the park.
Should be fine. She probably ate something like poisonous or something in the park.
Poisonous worm or something, right?
Yeah, exactly. Who cares? She's gonna bounce back, man.
Bounce back to a great...
She's in her prime, bruh.
Not right now. 13 weeks, 3 months, almost 4.
Yeah, well, her prime's still ahead of her.
Adolescence, exactly. Still a pup. Shout out to my babies.
Yeah.
Speaking of babies, your gender reveal, Lenny? You wanna?
I wanna do that. Okay, we could do that.
No, it's not.
Well, there's 2 reasons. So we could start off on a high, and then we can kind of change, or we could. I think.
Yeah.
We should do it this way. Let's do it this way. So the reason why I wanted to do this podcast yesterday, and Ace couldn't do it.
I'm sorry.
Why couldn't you do it yesterday, bro? What was going on with you, dude?
I was at the park and I was enjoying my time. And I was
You're at the park.
No. I was doing my thing. I couldn't do it. I was too busy. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, would have been a better story yesterday, but it what it was. You know, this guy couldn't do it or whatever, and I wanted like an honest reaction.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So last week, about 5 days ago now, I say, 5 days ago, it was a Thursday, I believe, and my neighbor, I've lived in my complex for 10 years.
Gotcha.
And this neighbor has been there before me. So, I mean, he was like an OG. He's probably could have been there for as long as 20 years. And I'm just finding out now that he was 47. I mean, he was married. He lived with the girl he was married with. And he had a dog. But what I'm learning is he had actually 2 dogs that lived there. So that was cool. Like 2 like Chihuahua looking kind of dogs, right? That's cool. We would have he was part of our like Facebook community wall, and he was out like he would voice his concerns with like garbage and stuff like that, and like people leaving their garbage around and stuff like that, and no issue with that.
Understand.
But I mean, he might have had that outspoken like vein to him, right, where he would comment on something that he saw or whatever, right? But from my personal experience with him, it was just like on a Facebook wall, because he was always like, I just didn't have a conversation with him the whole time I was living there. And, it was just kind of like a hi and, hey, what's up? Or hey, say what's up. And that's it. Hi, bye to him and his wife, right?
It's nice.
and they kept to themselves, right? They were kind of like, you know, they had no kids, and that's how it was, right? And that's the vibe I got from them. Like, I just had that vibe where they're just kind of, maybe they didn't want to be bothered, you know, whatever, but they were friendly enough, and we kind of just said our highs, right? So cool.
That's it.
I'm at, like, on Thursday, I see a post, like, on our community wall of, like, their dog, or a dog at first. A dog was found in front of, like, a townhouse complex, a townhouse, and it was shaking. It had its leash on, and then, like, quickly, like, our community knows everyone. They're like, yeah, that's Dan's dog. That's, like, where he lives too. Like, I don't know, like, how could the dog get out on its own or whatever? So someone called the cops, which at first I thought was extra, right? Like, you know, to do a wellness check and see, you know, if everything was okay. So the cops show up. I mean, the wife comes home from work at, like, now it's like 4:00 in the afternoon. And now, like, I'm getting home from work at, like, I get my kid, no, around 5 I show up. You know, and I'm, like, playing like soccer with my son in the park and shit like that around 5:00. And before this, let me just back this up because it'll make the story even more impactful. It's just the day before, like the Thursday or whatever it was, the day before, I had my kids at the park, and, you know, we're taking them home, and we're, you know, as always, we would see him, like, all the time. Hey, what's up? You know, hey, we go back to our house. He was going to the park. We were going back to our house. And then I saw him walk by my place because I was doing some work outside, whatever, with his dog. So now the next day, this post happens about his dog found in front of his house. You know, his wife comes home. The door is locked. He's not home. She calls his phone. He's not fucking answering.
Yeah.
And then so I don't know what's happening right now, but now the inner workings of this story is homicide show up. They're like, yeah, he got shot 3 times in the foot, or he got shot multiple times in the head at Wenderley Park, which is, like, less than 1 kilometer away from my house. And and then I'm, like, looking for information, like, from the police, right? The police release a report, and I'm watching it on YouTube, and they're at Wenderley Park. They're like, yeah, this guy, you know, he died. You know, he was shot multiple times in the head. But don't worry, like, this is what the cops are saying. Basically, it's an isolated incident, and you know, there was a prior altercation. Now, before this was before I was listening to this, I was like, yeah, maybe this guy walked into the park and he mouthed off to a bunch of fucking hoodlums, and they fucking iced him, right? That's what my brain was, like, saying. And then it was like the cops were saying it was a guy in his mid-60s did this. So I was like, maybe this guy had a gambling fucking problem that no one knew about, and the mafia fucking killed him, right? And now the cops are saying it's, like, over a fucking dog. It's like,
a dog.
It was an isolated incident. This incident, it was like the person that, like, called the police at the park was not in danger. Like, didn't feel like they were a threat, and this was over, like, a fucking. And what happened with the dogs is, like, once this happened, his dog ran across fucking Lawrence, like through a residential area, like 3-4 blocks through a residential area, crossed Lawrence. I don't know how the fuck it didn't get run over. And both dogs fucking did that. They ran, right? And both dogs were found, like, one dog was found in, like, a parking lot running around, and his dog was found shaking in front of his fucking door.
Right. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's like, now I'm never gonna see this guy again. And, like, the night before, I said, what's up to the guy? My whole family said, what's up? I was like, watch the dog, right? Because it's a little dog.
Okay.
And, yeah, now I'm never gonna see this guy again. And, like, so the funeral was Saturday. I didn't go. Or Sunday, I'm sorry. The funeral was Sunday. I, like, was taking my son to soccer and birthday parties and the whole fucking thing, right? But I had birthday parties all weekend long. I had birthday parties Saturday. I had birthday parties Sunday. It's crazy, bro.
That's life.
And it was a crazy weekend, man. It was a crazy weekend because, like, dude, we saw his wife was walking their dog yesterday at the park. And I was like, oh my God, like, this girl's here, like, right now, like, walking without her husband. And, like, dude, she lives 15 feet away from me, right?
Man.
So, like, when she walked by us, we were just, like, my wife and I were, like, tearing up. We're like, anything we could do, you know, just come by our house. Like, holy shit, like, you know, I'm sorry. Like, what are you supposed to say? Right? So it's like, it's pretty, that was hard.
It's wild,
And, And like my kids don't know what happened, but my daughter's trying to piece together because she's hearing shit like at her school
For sure.
and at the park, and like parents are handling it in a different way as well. And I feel like they're projecting onto their kids, and they're like, we don't want to scare our kids, but what are we going to tell our kids? We have to tell our kids
The truth.
But the kids really don't care. Innocent people don't, like, innocence won't care.
Don't bother it. Yeah.
Innocence it won't bother innocence.
Got it.
It's like once you're kind of corrupted with fear and stuff, you like fearmonger onto your kids, and you're like, you know what? Like, and like the last thing I want my kids to be is afraid to go to the park, you know, and to be scared to live. I know that's what God does not want, for sure. Like for all the therapy I've done and everything, God doesn't want us to be scared of shit. There's nothing to be afraid of, you know? Like we don't die, essentially. Like our energy will live on through in consciousness.
Our goal?
Like consciousness needs a body to prove that it exists, and we have these bodies to figure it out and to love ourselves while we're here, to love ourselves.
We're here to be,
we're here to love ourselves.
I love others.
To be better, and that will create a nirvana for the world, like the best place it could be for the world, right? Because that's gonna project onto others, right? But that's like that's the science behind that, right? But yeah, so we're never gonna see this guy again. So yeah, now this is the thing: the cops released this guy's photo, right? So I'm like looking at this guy's photo now, and I'm like, have I seen this guy? My brain is like, no, you've never seen this guy. I'm like, but he kind of looks familiar. But I'm fighting with that. I'm like, are you being extra? I'm like, no, I've never seen this guy before. And I'm like, wait a second. And I was thinking about it like, now this is like 2 nights ago. So I'm thinking about it at night on the couch. And I'm like Dan's picture was like an old picture where like 5 years old, or he was younger. I'm like, picture this killer 5 years older. And I was thinking about him, and it was like, holy fuck. I saw this guy last week.
Wow.
At the park. Okay? And like at this time, at my kids' birthday parties, bro, I'm finding out that the killer lived in Dane Parkette, bro. Like in Dane, like in those condos at Dufferin and Lawrence.
Yeah.
Okay? So he was there. He lived there. He had a gun. He was walking around with a dog and a gun. And then I'm like, I saw this guy. He was like 67 years old, barely walked. He had like a walker that he could like sit with, I believe. Somebody was helping him like walk. He had like a blue kind of collared dress shirt, like untucked, wrinkled fucking, and shorts on, and like, you know, walking his dog. He locked eyes with me for a second. He must have stayed in that park. He sat down for a bit. He got up. He stayed there for no longer than 10 minutes and he left. Okay. But I feel like I've seen him before, but not too often, right? But like that was like a legit memory that I had from like 2 weeks ago when I was talking to some Nona, and he like came from like over her shoulder, and I like look at this guy because I'm extra. I'm like, you know, who is this? Have I seen this guy before? There's a new guy with a dog, and he like looked at me, and then he like sat down. Some guy was helping him. Now this guy, now that we're doing like background checks on the killer, right? He was some corrupt cop from the early 90s.
Whoa.
In like London and like Brampton area. And he was charged with like all kinds of shit. He was just this terrible fucking police officer, right? So it's like, wow. And like Dan wasn't expecting whatever was said or whatever argument had. And another thing I'm finding out is my crossing guard, Sam, our boy, Ace, that you know, Sam, my guy, my crossing guard, he saw them arguing crossing the street on the way to Wenderley Park at like, you know, 10 to 12.
That's why.
So it all maps out. They got in a fight, and then what happened, Ace, is once they went to Wenderley Park, I believe happened is some chick came out of her house, and he's like, the killer, the 67-year-old guy that couldn't walk, that walked all the way to Wenderley Park, said, lady, go back in your fucking house and call 911. Okay? Because you're not going to like what you see here. She went in her house, she called 911. No, he's like, lady, call 911. I'm going to wait right here for them to get me or whatever. So he already fucking iced this guy. And he shot him a bunch of times in the fucking head.
Trauma.
And that neighbor is like 15 feet away from where I live. So yeah, our complex is in a weird kind of state right now. And it sucks, right? So, because that guy was assassinated. And yeah, that's too bad. That's terrible. These murders, and this cop guy is getting charged with 2nd-degree murder. So who knows what's going to happen.
I think that's 3 headshots to That's for
You were saying Trump got like tried to get they assassinated him or
assassinate
something
Trump
in the
again.
news?
That the
I don't know. It wasn't I was hearing it was like it was fake or something, or could it have been a fake assassination?
How would it be staged if the guy ran through? He tackled a couple guys in the
Yeah.
process. He fired shots. Dana White
Did he hit anybody with his bullets?
No. I don't think anyone was hurt, but tackled maybe.
I think it was just maybe could have been like a news thing, right?
Well, we got 12 bomb threats in Toronto right now. Two of them evacuated.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing, right?
World's gone crazy, bro. World's gone crazy.
Yeah. That's sad news.
We gotta make sure we're okay inside. It all starts with it all starts
here.
with us, right? We gotta make sure we're okay because all this
FSC.
bullshit's out of like control and fear and the whole thing,
All
right?
it is bull. It's all bull.
UFC. If you're speaking about wars, UFC 3 is it 328?
War,
yeah, 328.
328.
Strickland's
Artistry,
fighting. Who's he fighting? Who's he fighting?
That's
gonna be
That's
crazy.
gonna be
Dude.
fucking nuts.
Who do you got?
Give me Gunshot.
Yeah, that's a good bet, dude. Gunshot's gonna
Give me
beat
a
the
choke
fuck
in
out
the
of that
first
guy.
round.
He's like he's so good.
Yeah.
Dude, if
Don't
you
do
can do
compliment.
that to what's that 170 guy, that huge that black guy.
Usman.
Yeah, man.
He couldn't.
You can do what you did to Usman.
He's big though.
Like Usman in a full training camp isn't as good as Cumshot, but they're like neck and neck. But if you can do like the fact that he can wrestle at that level, dude, he's gonna fuck Sean Strickland up, bro. He's gonna take him down and kill him.
Yeah, he might do some stand up, but can Sean take?
Who else is fighting?
And Joshua Van versus Tatsuro Taira.
Don't know them. I don't know who
Japan
they are.
versus Myanmar.
I gotta see their pictures, bro. Who else? I'm out of touch.
We got Tom Brady and Joaquin Bucky.
No.
That doesn't ring a bell. Nothing.
Okay.
Bobby Green.
Well, the Sean Strickland fight.
Bobby Green
is
from the hood.
Yeah, he's 100 years old, man. He's gonna get killed.
No, not against Jeremy Stevens. Who the fuck is that guy? Right. I'll do McGregor.
I don't know.
Clown that one press conference.
Yeah, those guys are all has-been washed up. But the Strickland fight is gonna be fire. I'm gonna check out 328 for sure. So yeah, it was my birthday yesterday. A beautiful day yesterday, May 4th. And we kind of my wife found, well, we're gonna do the gender reveal for my birthday.
Right.
And my wife, the girl that did her ultrasound told my wife by accident or whatever it was. So my wife kept it from me, and I was just like, I know my wife, and I was kind of just reading her. I'm like, we're having a girl. Like this is what it is, right? We're having a girl. We're having a girl.
That's it.
And I was excited because I love the girl name and everything, and I was just like,
it flows.
Very excited, and my daughter Idalia was much easier to raise than my son so far.
So you're feeling it again.
As far as like, worrying and stuff about like them killing themselves and everything.
Yeah, right.
My daughter's really has more calm energy, and my son is like really kind of crazy. But I opened the card, and I opened it, and we're having a boy.
Oh!
So we're having a bambino for sure. So yeah, that's gonna keep me on my toes. But the silver lining in that is that my son Elliot wanted a boy.
Exactly.
I think my son Elliot can handle sharing his love. He's more compassionate than and he's the man for the job with that. And it's gonna be cool. They'll be able to share a room, which will be another cool thing, right?
That's dope.
And but yeah, like, it's gonna be tough, right? But it's a blessing, and God wanted us to have a boy, so everything happens for a reason, and that's my belief. So
another round.
It's a bigger understanding, and so I'm getting a vasectomy, bro. I'm fucking
good, very good, very good.
I can't have 4 kids.
You already booked that appointment.
I already booked the appointment, and I'm gonna go through with it just to fuck it.
You already paid the deposit.
I'm 44 now. I bought a lottery ticket. May the 4th, I'm turning 44, so we'll see. Maybe the gods will give me some money so I can fucking pay some bills. But, it is what it is.
Sure.
Health over wealth, because this gun story really had me tripped out, man.
That's 3.
When I figured out who the guy was, I couldn't sleep, bro. So I couldn't sleep that night.
7-year-old?
I was just like, I was fucked up. Yeah, it's weird, right? But so it's a blessing to be able to bring love into the world. And I'm the man for the job. It'll give me the excuse and the extra gear at an older age, right? Because when I'm 65, this kid's gonna be 21, right? So they're gonna
He'll be
keep me on my
retired.
toes for
No,
sure. But you know, it is what it was,
God
man.
bless.
Thanks, Ace.
God
We got
bless.
Monica Mendoza coming up on Friday, so that's gonna be fun. And we're gonna interview her. And she's a great musician. She just came from Germany. So we're gonna talk about her tour in Germany. With the Mahones or the Mahonies. And we love you. This is Tuesday, May 5th, 2026. This has been an interesting one. We've had ups and downs today.
Very nice.
We learned about dog diarrhea and Raptors losing through inexperience and losing life and gaining life and people trying to kill Trump and the whole UFC 328 and the gender reveal. It's been a minute. This is episode 228. We love you. Peace.
That was good.
I've heard your call. All you do is complain. You make the decisions. I don't wanna get blamed. I can't even think for myself to take care of everything. You don't give me what I need, so let's keep going. Don't you think I'm everything that I feel you say? You don't give me what I need, so let's keep going. You don't give me what I need, so let's keep going. Lord, it's hard, round and round. What a ride. I'm gonna hit her up to try. Yeah, you got it, baby, you got it. Yeah, you got it, baby, you got it. Lord, it's hard, round and round. What a ride. Lord, it's hard, round and round.